Perfect. I need some light, nigga, because it was about to be like, who's this funny motherfucker? I couldn't see him, but he was hilarious. I seen his teeth in his eyes, and he was fucking great. I don't know. Merry Christmas, motherfucker. How y'all doing, man? Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa to the whites. Happy all that shit, man. Just enjoy it, man. My name is Bobby Sticks, and I'm gonna tell you what it is, all right? I grew up in a place called Green Valley, Henderson. You ever heard of it? Yeah, that's where I grew up. Nigga, I took the bus here, and I've been on the bus since 1 o'clock. That shit's fucked up. Vegas has changed since my car broke down, nigga. I'm just fucking with y'all. You guys are fun. But yeah, I grew up out there, man, and it was wild, man. So my pops and my mom, they both went to UNLV. Y'all went to UNLV? Yeah. So that's where my parents went to school, and that's, I guess, where they made me. I don't know. I wasn't there. It's fucked up. Anyway, my pops was, he was a running back for UNLV. He was actually really good. He was so good that he got drafted and played for the Redskins for a couple of years. Yeah. Yeah, that shit was dope. Yeah, give it up to Pop. Here's the fucked up part though. He was so good that he ran right out of our lives. Black problems, you know, here we go. And we're off. Comedy. So, yeah, he was so good that he seen me in the end zone, you know what I mean? And he, boom, gave me a stiff arm, you know what I mean? Then he picked my little brother up and spiked him. Bow! 6 points. Go Redskins. I was like, ain't that a bitch, you know? So I grew up kind of fucked up, you know? So I grew up in a place where I was like, okay, so now what do we do? Nobody in this fucking school looks like me. And I came with the other black kids, so what the fuck am I supposed to do? So I was the only black kid who was in my school for a period of time, you know? And I knew a lot of white folks, and they all wanted to touch my hair for some reason. I said, ain't that a bitch? They said, can I touch some hair? And I said, I got some hair for you to touch, you know? That was the first time I got in trouble, you know? But it was cool. I got spanked publicly in school, you know? That shit turned me on a little bit, you know? I'm not gonna lie. I like getting beaten by fat white ladies. I'm just fucking around, you know? But yeah, as I grew, you know, I started making friends and shit like that. So now people started moving in, right? So I started hanging out with the white kids. But they didn't want to hang out with me for some reason. They said, I don't want to hang out with Bobby Sticks. He steals and he doesn't know how to skateboard, bro. I was like, I just want to learn how to do an ollie, and I kept jumping off the skateboard. I was like, how the fuck do y'all make it jump? And I was like, man, fuck this skateboard and shit. So now the black folks, they started moving in. I'm like, okay, bet. So, you know, I was kind of broke back then though, so all I could afford was like Nike Cortezes, Ben Davis, Dickies, and shit like that. So I dressed like a cholo. So I said, all right. So then when I see the black folks, I was like, what up, my nigga, how you doing? They're like, you ain't my nigga, you don't have no Jordans on. You don't even have a throwback jersey. I'm like, well, fuck. I didn't know there was a dress code to friendship. So I was like, fuck y'all then. But then afar off, I heard that banda music, you know? I was like, what is that? So then there's these Mexicans over there in the corner, they're like, orderly! I'm like, orderly. They're like, nah, fool, it's orderly! I was like, okay. Orderly, Charlie Holmes. And then I was like, who's Charlie? They're like, you trying to smoke or what, fucker? You're funny, fool. So I've been fucking with Mexicans ever since then, you know? So it's, yeah, tú sabes, you know, como está, mi amo, Beto Sticks, you know? Chinga tu madre, Holmes, you know? I don't know, it's about where my Spanish goes. Yeah, see, I know a little bit. Chinga tu madre, adios. Yeah, man, que doble, Sorry, that was the Mexican part of the show. So here's the fucked up part about me, that I love everybody. I got love for each and every one, you know, because I kind of morph into whoever's doing whatever, you know. I got cowboy hats at the house. At the house, I should have wore the cowboy hat, but shit, I didn't know it was going to be so dark in this motherfucker. Smile. Don't mind me, I'm sorry. One time I went to Chinatown, so I started laughing at myself, you know. I said, I'm a black man driving with an unregistered vehicle, black crowd, in Chinatown, listening to banda music, going to a massage parlor with a pocket full of pills. I said, damn, I'm living the American dream. That shit is great. That's why I love Vegas. So whatever side of town you want to go to, there's always going to be that person. You know, I'm at a Packers bar. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, I'm a Niners fan. I was like, fuck. We always beat the Packers, you know? So I'm on neutral ground, baby. I'm on neutral ground. I like the Packers, though. The Packers are good. You know, that cheese and shit. But see, I got these fat friends, man. They crack me up, you know what I mean? But it's like I go eat with them, and I was like, I get it. I'd be fat as hell too. But you know, with me, food is expensive as fuck. So I'm like, either food or drink or lights, or you know. So I'm like, yeah, drinking lights are fine. You know, it's cool. I'll eat next week. No, but some of them feed me, man, and raza, you know, they always bring me like little Mexican treats and shit like that. So they had me something called a tamarindo, yeah? That shit damn near burned a hole in my tongue. I was like, what the fuck is this hot ass candy? I'm like, just keep eating it, fool, it gets better. And then I was like, all right, Sergio, nigga, this shit better start tasting, and that shit tasted good. Turns out that it was an edible. He's like, how you feeling, Holmes? I'm like, fucked up, Charlie, oh. So I started talking that shit, and I'm on the job, we're working, we're having a good time. And we were talking about relationships and all. So I talk about these relationships that I have with these women, man, and some of y'all women be crazy, man. These are my friends in Niger. Women be crazy. Yeah, bitches be crazy, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to put it like it is. I ain't even started drinking yet. But no, some of these females, you know, they like to fuck with me, you know? And I like to fuck with them. I'm sorry, I slapped my hand. But no, I like to fuck around with them. But, you know, I dated this chick in the summertime, you know? I called her Summer because I forgot what her name was. So I'm like, Summer, hey Summer, what's up, girl? I was staying with her for a little bit, you know? She was cool. I called her Summer, though, because she had a summer mouth, you know? What's a summer mouth, you ask? Good, I'm gonna tell y'all. Some of her teeth were here, some of them were over there, some of them were missing. But I was like, is she sure can suck a dick? So she was nice, you know. Yeah, we used to sing a little karaoke, you know what I mean? And it was cool, you know, for the time being. And then I met a lady named Fall. She just used to fall down steps. She was older, you know, but it was cool, you know. It was starting to get cold outside, so I just had to move, you know. So now it's winter, so now I'm by myself again. Aww. Hey, nobody gives a shit about me. Hey, we barely turned the light on, nigga. Don't mind me, I'm sorry. But I always end my set like this. If I've offended anybody or said the wrong thing about anybody, sorry. You won't see me tomorrow, nigga. But the thing about that is that I'm just here to tell some jokes and to encourage some people and make some motherfuckers laugh. I think I did it. And so before I get out of here, all right, I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I always tell people to be lovely and not ugly, especially around this time of year. There's too much hate, too much fucking violence, too much bullshit going on. So now, this is the crowd participation part of the show. So on the count of 3, I want y'all to say that with me. Y'all down with that? Yeah. Y'all down with that? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Be lovely, not ugly. I'm Bobby Sticks and I love y'all. Hey.
Here's what Bobby looks like. There you go. Bobby, quick question though. I'm wearing Jordans. What color am I? There you go. Right, I need one more time Bobby Sticks to everybody. I was hoping you would tell me.